If you have been feeling a subtle, yet persistent tremor in the currents of your inner world, a sense of restlessness in your thoughts, a feeling that the very ground beneath your spiritual feet is somehow less solid, you are not imagining it. You are perceiving an echo from the cosmos, a premonition of a celestial alignment of profound and quiet power. On this upcoming Monday, August 25th, the universe orchestrates a sacred symmetry. The moon, the great celestial mother of our emotional tides and our deepest consciousness, will be reborn in darkness. It will enter its new moon phase on the very day of the week that has honored it for millennia. Monday, the day of the moon. This is not a coincidence. It is a cosmic appointment. This is a moment when the veil thins not with a dramatic tear, but with a silent, graceful dissolving. The moon is returning to its throne, reclaiming its dominion over the subtle realms, over the waters of our bodies, the currents of our emotions, and the winds of our mind. And while this celestial homecoming offers a powerful portal for realignment, it also carries a sacred warning, one that is not written in fire, but whispered in the rustling of the leaves and the beating of your own heart. For this potent infusion of lunar energy will amplify the most subtle and powerful force within your being, an energy the ancient Vedic sages knew as Vata dosha, the principle of air and movement that governs your nervous system, your creativity, and your connection to the sublime. If you are in balance, this energy will feel like a divine wind at your back, carrying you toward your purpose. But if you are not, it can become a storm, scattering your thoughts, amplifying anxiety, and leaving you feeling profoundly ungrounded and spiritually isolated. This transmission is not about a ritual to perform. It is about an inner state to cultivate. It is a key to understanding the cosmic weather, so you can learn to sail these celestial currents rather than be tossed by them. This ancient truth resonates for a reason. If a part of your soul recognizes this echo, honor it in the space below. Your insight is a crucial ingredient in our collective alchemy. To navigate this potent lunar gateway, we must first understand the sacred mechanism at play. The ancient seers of the Vedic tradition did not see the body as a mere machine, but as a microcosm of the universe. Within us, they taught, exist three fundamental energies, or doshas, that govern all our physiological and psychological functions. For this moment, our focus is on Vata, the most subtle and powerful of the three. Vata is the energy of air and ether, the invisible force of movement. It is the wind that carries the clouds, the impulse that sparks a new idea, the electrical current that flows through your nerves, and the breath that animates your form. When Vata is in balance, you are creative, inspired, adaptable, and filled with a light, joyful energy. Your mind is clear, your intuition is sharp, and you feel a profound connection to the flow of life. However, the very nature of Vata, its lightness, its coolness, its dryness, its movement, also makes it the most easily disturbed. And the new moon, especially one that falls on its own day, is a powerful catalyst for this disturbance. The moon governs the waters, the soma, the cooling, nurturing essence of life. As it wanes to darkness, its grounding, liquid influence recedes, allowing the dry, mobile qualities of the air element to rise. This is why you may feel a surge of anxiety, a scattering of thoughts, a feeling of insecurity, or a deep underlying fear without a name. It is the signature of an aggravated energy of movement within you. This is the first and most crucial gnosis. What you are feeling is not a personal failure. It is a cosmic influence. Recognizing this is the first step in transmuting the lead of this discomfort into the gold of true self-awareness. Now, let us walk through the alchemical transmutation loops to understand the traps that an imbalanced energy of movement lays for the seeker, and the sacred tools we can use to find our center. The first transmutation is of the trap of the scattered mind. The lead, the aggravated energy of movement, first targets the mind. It manifests as a constant stream of thoughts, a mental static that makes true presence impossible. You may find yourself jumping from one idea to the next, unable to focus on a single task. You might open a book, only to find yourself rereading the same line 10 times. During meditation, instead of silence, you find a whirlwind. This is the mind in a state of Vata aggravation. It is like a field of dry leaves caught in a gust of wind, scattering in every direction with no anchor and no peace. You feel disconnected from your body, living entirely in a chaotic mental landscape. The fire. This trap is so perilous because it starves the soul. The soul, the Atma, speaks in whispers, in the silent spaces between thoughts. When the mind is a constant storm, there is no space for this divine guidance to be heard. This mental chaos amplifies feelings of anxiety and fear. You begin to worry about a future that has not yet happened and regret a past that you cannot change. The present moment, the only place where life truly exists, is lost. Under the potent energy of the August 25th new moon, this mental scattering becomes amplified. It can disconnect you from your dharma, your soul's sacred purpose, because purpose is not found in frantic thought. It is found in still, centered knowing. The suffering this creates is profound, a feeling of being lost in your own inner world, a prisoner of your own restless mind. The gold, the gnosis, and the tool. The gnosis here is the profound truth that you are not your mind. You are the silent, witnessing consciousness behind the mind. The storm is an event, it is not your identity. The ancient sages taught that the mind is like a turbulent lake, and the goal is not to stop the waves, but to allow the sediment to settle so you can see the bottom. The tool to achieve this is one of the most powerful and accessible alchemical practices we have. Conscious breathing, a simple form of pranayama, the regulation of the vital life force. The tool. Find a quiet space where you can sit comfortably with your spine straight. Close your eyes. Do not try to force your thoughts to stop. Simply bring your awareness to the tip of your nose. Feel the sensation of the air as it enters your nostrils, cool and dry. Follow that breath all the way down into your lungs. And then, feel the sensation of the air as it leaves your body, warm and moist. Now begin a simple rhythm. Inhale slowly to a count of 4. Hold the breath gently for a count of 4. And exhale slowly to a count of 6. The slightly longer exhalation is key. It activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the body's natural relaxation response. It is a direct signal to the winds of the mind that it is safe to be still. Continue this for just 3 to 5 minutes. Do not judge yourself if your mind wanders. Each time it does, gently, compassionately guide it back to the anchor of your breath. This practice does not violently silence the mind. It lovingly coaxes it into a state of calm. It is the act of bringing the scattered leaves back to the earth, one breath at a time. The second transmutation is of the trap of anxious futures. The lead. When the subtle energy of movement is high, it pulls our consciousness forward in time, into a realm of what-ifs. This is the source of anxiety. It is the fear of uncertainty, the need to control an outcome that has not yet occurred. This manifests as a knot in your stomach, a tightness in your chest, a constant low-grade hum of dread. You may find yourself planning for every possible negative outcome, replaying conversations that haven't happened and living in a state of constant alert. This is the energy of Vata projecting fear into the blank canvas of the future. You are living in a hypothetical reality, and your body is paying the physical and emotional price. The fire. The danger of this trap is that it severs your roots to the present moment. Your life force, your prana, is not available to you now. It is being expended on a phantom reality. This creates a deep sense of being ungrounded, disconnected from the earth and from your own physical body. The new moon on Moon's Day is a time of planting seeds of intention for the coming cycle. But you cannot plant a seed in the air. It must be planted in fertile soil. If your consciousness is lost in the anxious future, your intentions have no ground in which to root. They become like dust in the wind, scattered and powerless. This energetic state can lead to insomnia, digestive issues, and a profound sense of spiritual insecurity, making you feel like a ship without an anchor in a cosmic storm. The gold, the gnosis, and the tool. The gnosis is the understanding that true safety and power exist only in the present moment. The future is a concept, a dream. The past is a memory. The only point of contact with reality is the eternal now. The fear of the future is an illusion created by a mind that has forgotten its anchor. The tool to counteract this is a grounding visualization, a practice that reconnects your subtle body with the stabilizing energy of the earth. The tool: sit or stand, preferably barefoot on the ground if possible, but you can do this anywhere. Close your eyes and bring your awareness to the soles of your feet. Imagine that roots are growing from the bottom of your feet, just like the roots of a great ancient tree. Visualize these roots extending deep into the earth, moving past the soil, through layers of rock and crystal, deeper and deeper, until they reach the very heart of the planet, a core of warm, glowing, molten light. Feel the energy of the earth, solid, stable, patient, and unconditionally supportive, begin to flow up through these roots. Feel this warm, grounding energy rise into your feet, up through your legs, filling your entire body. Feel it anchoring you, holding you, reminding you that you are supported. Feel the weight of your own body, the reality of your physical presence. Stay with this sensation for a few minutes, breathing deeply into your belly. This practice shifts your energy from the airy, chaotic realm of anxious thought down into the dense, stable reality of the body and the earth. It is a declaration to the universe that you choose to inhabit the present moment. What resonates most with your experience, the scattered mind or the anxious future? Share below. Your self-awareness is a gift to this community. The third transmutation is of the trap of disembodied spirituality, the lead. For the mystical seeker, an excess of the energy of movement can create a subtle but profound imbalance. It can lead to a form of spirituality that is ungrounded, existing only in the realm of ideas, concepts, and ethereal experiences. You might find yourself fascinated with other dimensional planes, cosmic consciousness, and transcendental states, while neglecting the sacred vessel that is your physical body. You may forget to eat, to sleep properly, or to simply enjoy the sensory experience of being alive. This is the Vata tendency to float away from the material plane, seeking spirit in the sky, while forgetting that spirit is also embodied in the earth. The fire. This trap is dangerous because it creates a spiritual bypass. It uses lofty spiritual ideas to avoid the messy, beautiful, challenging reality of human life. True alchemy is not about escaping the body. It is about incarnating spirit more fully within it. By neglecting the body, you neglect the very instrument through which your soul must fulfill its purpose. Your physical health may suffer, your relationships may feel distant, and you may develop a subtle sense of arrogance, looking down upon the mundane world. The potent lunar energy of this new moon, which governs our physical fluids and emotional bodies, will highlight this disconnect. If you are ungrounded, this energy can feel jarring and disorienting, amplifying the feeling of not truly belonging here on Earth. This prevents the integration of spiritual wisdom. Knowledge that is not embodied is merely information. It has not yet become gnosis. The gold, the gnosis, and the tool. The gnosis here is that the body is not a prison for the soul, but a temple. It is an altar, a sacred instrument made of the same elements as the stars. To honor the body is a spiritual practice of the highest order. The ancient traditions teach that our physical form is a vessel for the divine. The tool to facilitate this embodiment is to connect with the element of water, the very element governed by the moon, through the use of a simple, intentional chromotherapy practice. The tool. The color blue in its deeper, more resonant shades like indigo or royal blue carries the vibration of calm, truth, and the profound depths of the water element. For the next few days leading up to and following the new moon, consciously invite this color into your life. You can wear a piece of blue clothing. You can place a blue crystal, like lapis lazuli or sodalite, on your desk. You could even drink your water from a blue glass. As you interact with this color, do so with intention. See it not just as a color, but as a vibration. Allow its calming, grounding frequency to soothe the restless winds of your mind. Let it remind you of the deep, still waters of consciousness that lie beneath the choppy surface of your thoughts. This is not a complex ritual. It is a simple, constant reminder to honor the watery, embodied, lunar aspects of your being. It gently pulls your airy, scattered energy back into the sacred temple of your body. You know another soul who is navigating this very mystery in silence. Share this transmission with them, not as a mere video, but as a key passed from one alchemist to another, illuminating the path ahead. Now we arrive at the heart of the great work. We have identified the traps of the scattered mind, the anxious future, and the disembodied spirit. We have understood that these are not personal failings, but the amplified whispers of an imbalanced cosmic energy, the subtle winds of Vata. We have been given the tools of breath, of grounding, and of color to begin the process of transmutation. But now, we must go deeper. We must journey from managing the symptoms to aligning with the very source of our being. The ultimate purpose of this potent new moon is not merely to calm the inner storm, but to allow us to hear the truth that the storm was hiding. This is the moment for pure gnosis. The great sages of the Himalayas taught that beyond the restless mind, beyond the fleeting emotions, beyond the physical body, there is a core of pure, silent, blissful consciousness. They called it Atma, the soul, the indestructible, eternal self. This Atma is a spark of the divine, a drop of the cosmic ocean of Brahman, the Absolute. And its nature is not airy and chaotic. Its nature is deep, still, and luminous, like the quiet depths of the ocean under a midnight sky. This inner self is governed by the energy of Soma, the celestial nectar, the very essence of the moon's power. It is cooling, nurturing, and profoundly peaceful. The reason the aggravated energy of movement causes so much suffering is because it creates a veil of static, a layer of turbulence that prevents us from experiencing our true nature. We identify with the storm, forgetting that we are the silent, unshakable sky. The great work of this lunar alignment is to consciously part this veil, to move through the winds of the mind and anchor ourselves in the still waters of the soul. This is the ultimate alchemy, to transmute the lead of spiritual amnesia into the gold of self-remembrance. And this is done not through striving, but through surrender, not through thinking, but through feeling, not through achieving, but through being. I now invite you to join me in a guided meditation, a journey to the calm center within. If you are able, find a comfortable position. If not, you can simply follow along with your inner awareness. Calm. Pause. Wait. Close your eyes. Bring your awareness to your breath, just as we did before. Inhaling calm, exhaling restlessness. Let go of the day. Let go of the future. Arrive fully in this sacred present moment. Now, I want you to bring your awareness to the center of your chest, to the space of the heart. This is the seat of the Atma. Do not search for anything. Simply rest your attention in this space. Imagine within your heart a vast, infinite, dark ocean. The water is perfectly still. It is not empty. It is filled with a profound, silent, living peace. This is the ocean of your own consciousness. For a time, the surface of this ocean may have been choppy, stirred by the winds of thought and fear. But now, you are diving deeper, deeper than the waves, deeper than the currents, down into the silent, peaceful abyss where no storm can reach. Feel the profound stillness of this inner space. Feel its immense, unshakable peace. This is your true nature. This is your home. As you rest in this inner ocean, imagine a single, beautiful, luminous pearl resting on the ocean floor. It glows with a soft, silvery white light. This light is gentle, cooling, and deeply healing. This pearl represents your Atma, your pure soul. It has always been here, waiting patiently beneath the turbulence of the mind. Now imagine that the soft, silvery light from this pearl begins to expand. It fills the entire ocean of your heart, transforming the darkness into a gentle, luminous peace. This is the light of Soma, the moon's nectar, rising from within you. This light begins to permeate every cell of your body. Feel it flowing through your veins, soothing your nervous system, calming the anxious knot in your stomach. Feel this cool silver light rising up into your head, bathing your brain in a frequency of deep calm. The frantic winds of thought begin to slow, to soften, to dissolve in this healing lunar radiance. There is nothing to do here, nothing to achieve. Simply be. Be this peace, be this stillness, be this light. This is who you truly are. You are not the storm. You are the eternal, peaceful ocean. Rest in this awareness for as long as you wish. Know that you can return to this inner sanctuary at any time, simply by bringing your awareness to your heart and remembering the still, luminous ocean within. This is your anchor. This is your truth. This is the gnosis that this new moon on the moon's day has come to reveal. You are the calm within the storm. Gently, slowly, begin to bring your awareness back to your physical body. Feel the ground beneath you. Hear the sounds around you. When you are ready, you can open your eyes. Carry this inner stillness with you. The work is not to remain in a cave of meditation, but to bring the peace of the cave into the marketplace of your life. The winds of the mind will surely blow again, for that is their nature. But now, you have an anchor. You have remembered the still, silent ocean within. You know that you are not the storm. The primary practice to integrate this gnosis is simple, yet profound. Throughout your days, especially during this lunar cycle, practice the art of the sacred pause. Before you react, before you speak, before you get swept away by a wave of anxiety, take one conscious breath. And with that breath, remember the ocean. Touch that place of inner stillness even for a single moment. This single moment of remembrance is the thread that will guide you back to your center time and time again. It is the integration of the great work. This is how you honor the gift of this celestial alignment. You become an alchemist of your own consciousness, transmuting the chaos of the mind into the profound peace of the soul. If your soul seeks a consistent source of genuine gnosis and a space to deepen your practice, I invite you to subscribe and join our inner circle. The great work is vast, but it need not be walked alone. You have a place here,